Hello, this is Richie for the VC. I want to thank you for inviting me to the first musicians press conference. And I was able to sneak a beer in here. The musicians press conference is allowing us as reporters to ask 10 questions to any musician, past or present. And I got my 10 here. The first couple I'm going to address to the Beatles. I'm going to skip the obvious Yoko questions, and I'm going to ask a question about Revolver. Why was Paul allowed to have so many frivolous pop songs on Revolver? Many of the Paul songs could be used as advertising jingles. In my opinion, Revolver could have been the best psych album ever if it wasn't for these kind of upbeat poppy songs. I mean, I would even go as far as George's songs are better than Paul's on this album, you know? My next question is also directed towards the Beatles. Why did you end the White Album on such a down note? It is my favorite Beatles album, despite the atrocious ending. Revolution 9 goes on too long, and then ending with an overblown, boring, over-orchestrated song is a bit anticlimactic. Some 20/20 hindsight. You should have shortened Revolution 9 and then ended the album with the fast, upbeat version of Revolution, the single version. I mean, it didn't have to be that take, but if you would have had 3 versions of Revolution on side 4 and ending it with that fast version, I mean, that would have ended the White Album with a bang. Okay, my next question is for Eric Clapton. Why does your music suck so bad, considering how great your music was early on? And I have one other question for Eric Clapton. Would you let a 20-pound bag of cocaine fall out of a high-rise window? I have a question for Metallica. Oh, there they are, way in the back. Do you think you would have gotten bigger if you had put a power ballad on every album? I got one for the Gallagher brothers of Oasis. Although this could go to the Kinks, there's a number of bands. Did your mom have a favorite? Kanye West, I got a question for you. Why is so much music now written and produced to all sound the same? And I got a question for Milli Vanilli. And it kind of relates to modern music. Milli Vanilli, when you were lip syncing, did you realize that you were ahead of your time? I got one for Paul McCartney. Are you going to release one more version of Egypt Station? And I got a question for Quincy Jones. This question is for you, since you are the only pretentious jazz musician here. How is it that a junkie on heroin can play drums in a jazz band, but a junkie on heroin could never handle playing drums in a hardcore punk band? Oh, that's it. I do have one other, but they're telling me that was my 10. Take care. I got this idea from Glen Kellaway. I'm going to leave a link to his video and watch it and subscribe to Glenn. Take care, everybody.